Hello all, this is Dr. Ravikrishna Kanaradi from Narayan Netralaya, Bengaluru. I'll be sharing a video on posterior polar cataract with posterior capsular dehiscence. This is a case of posterior polar cataract in a 30-year-old lady. Optical biometry revealed myopic eye with pre-existing 2 diopter of corneal astigmatism. According to a large study, 1 in 3 patients with posterior polar cataract will have either a weak fragile posterior capsule or a PC dehiscence at the site of posterior polar opacity. I do pre-operative counseling for my PPC cases with the help of eye model and diagram. I inform them that there is a possibility of nucleus drop intraoperatively due to PC rupture, a relative long operative time, secondary posterior segment intervention, delayed vision recovery, YAG capsulotomy for residual plaque, and possibilities of amblyopia in cases of unilateral PPC. Here I am making 2.8 mm clear corneal incision and 2 side ports, filling the anterior chamber with HPMC, doing a rhexis using 26 gauge bent cystitome and aiming for 5 to 5.5 mm central rhexis. This is very important as we may have to place a 3-piece IOL in sulcus if there is a medium to large posterior capsular tear. No hydrodissection as a rule in all the cases of PPC. I am planning to do a multi-layer hydrodelineation here, injecting a small amount of BSS in different places of endonucleus to achieve multi-layer rings. As this patient is young, the cataract looks very soft. Aspirate the nucleus using phaco probe in a very controlled manner, not to allow the anterior chamber to fluctuate. I am using low parameters with low flow rate, vacuum and bottle height. While removing the central part of the nucleus, I noticed a part of plaque which was stuck to the nucleus. Entire nucleus and half of the cortex and epinucleus complex was removed using a phaco probe. While removing the temporal part of the cortex epinucleus complex, the plaque got aspirated and I noticed a small pear-shaped central opening of the posterior capsule with intact anterior hyaloid face. I filled the anterior chamber with dispersive OVD before removing the handpiece. One should make sure that the irrigation is turned off before removing the handpiece. The aim is not to enlarge the PC tear and keep the anterior hyaloid face intact. Here I am using 23 gauge vitrectomy probe to remove the cortex in a controlled manner using irrigation aspiration vitrectomy mode known as IA cut mode. One should not damage the anterior capsule margin while doing this. The purpose of using vitrectomy probe is to do anterior vitrectomy in case of anterior hyaloid face rupture. Before switching the hand, I am filling the anterior chamber with dispersive OVD. I am planning to place a hydrophobic single piece foldable IOL in the bag as the PC tear is small. Filling the chamber with OVD before injecting the IOL, make sure that the IOL opens slowly and leading haptic doesn't touch the pre-existing PC tear and enlarge the same. Bimanual irrigation and aspiration done using low parameters to remove the dispersive OVD. While hydrating the wound, I keep irrigation probe inside and hydrate the other side port and main port, which prevents the sudden shallowing of anterior chamber once the irrigation probe is removed. On post-op visit, patient had uncorrected visual acuity of 6/60 with no pinhole improvement, probably because of anisometropic amblyopia. Clinical photography revealed well-centered in the bag IOL with rhexis margin covering the optic all around. Thanks for watching.